six-man tag team match is set for one fall. On the way to the ring, from the land of the rising sun, the hardcore icon. His opponent, weighing 287 pounds, Mankind. Weighing 220 pounds, Yoshi Tatsu. Representing the Bowlers from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Billy Kid Man. Alberta, Canada, Jim Nerd Hart. And third part, representing the Four Horsemen from Tampa, Florida, the Malenko.
the second six-man tag match of the night. We have Tajiri and Kidman facing off in the beginning of this match. We have a very Japanese team on the left here. Mankind wrestled a lot in Japan and is very fondly remembered in Japan. Yoshi Tatsu and Tajiri, both from Japan as well. We have Kidman, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Dean Malenko, 3 WCW veterans. Although only 2 are representing the WCW brand here, as Jim the Anvil Neidhart is part of the Raw is War brand. Jim the Anvil Neidhart was able to win his opening matchup in a 6-man ladder match to get himself a number 1 contenders match. He won that match last week. As we see a headlock from Kidman, and now sending Tajiri into his own ally corner. Not the best place you want to do. Tajiri now grabbing at the back of Kidman with a reverse neckbreaker, double neckbreaker actually, with that dropping the head on the knee. As we see Kidman now trying to whip Tajiri around the ring. Kidman gets suplexed by Tajiri, a nice belly-to-belly suplex from Tajiri. And a nice arm drag from Tajiri as well. Tajiri has a lot of momentum so far in this matchup, with a very high kick to the back of the head of Kidman. I'm not sure, it looked like it was a countered tackle. Tajiri able to turn that into a very nice DDT, as Tajiri now sends Kidman running into the enemy corner here. Tag team maneuver with Mankind, 2 hardcore legends. Mankind getting sent from the top rope, right on top of Kidman. Mankind normally not one to go up to the top rope that much, but he is getting sent there by Tajiri as we get a huge scoop slam by Mankind. Go over quick pin 1, only 1 count. Kidman not letting defeat come so easily as you see a head drag from Mankind to Kidman. Kidman getting sent into the corner now, and a huge clothesline out of the corner from Mankind, sending Kidman down to the mat. As you see, Mankind gets sent now into the enemy corner, and Neidhart gonna help out Kidman here as Kidman sends him across the ring, and we get a nice elbow from Neidhart. Neidhart was going to fight his number 1 contenders match for the WWF Tag Team titles. I was told that by him, and he was going to wrestle with the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. But Davey Boy Smith, that same night, as he won that number 1 contenders match, was able to win the hardcore title. So Davey Boy Smith will spend his time defending that hardcore title. Well, Jim the Anvil Neidhart tries to think of a new plan of action for that number 1 contenders match that he has guaranteed by that ladder match that he won. As he sends Mankind into the corner. Mankind able to counter there and go for a nice sidewalk slam, sending Anvil down to the mat. That punch missing by Mankind. Mrs. Foley's baby boy now grabbing Anvil Neidhart, sending him down to the mat with that huge knee maneuver as they tie up once again. Neidhart grabbing the leg and wrenching it back. Mankind going to have to try and keep those knees pretty strong. He is not the lightest of fellows, as Mankind with that elbow to the back to Anvil and a giant axe handle now picks up Anvil. They tie up once again. These 2 giant men, the 2 biggest men in these 2 teams. The other men are all lightweights. As we see Anvil now tagging in Kidman for a tag team maneuver and a giant axe handle to the arm of Mankind. As we get a famouser from Kidman and another one sending the face of Mankind down to the mat. And a third one as his teammates are not on the side to get tagged in. Kidman is going to be fighting Mankind alone for a bit. And now a series of counters between these 2. Mankind now grabbing the head and smashing against the knee. And he now goes for an arm wrench. Both Yoshi Tatsu and Tajiri looking for a pit tag here, but Kidman with a burst of momentum here to send Mankind down to the mat. A huge series of maneuvers, and I was going to try and drag Mankind to the middle of this ring and go for a pin quite quickly in this matchup here. Only one count. The big man, Mankind, has a lot of strength in him. He is a tough son of a bitch. And now, Anvil getting back into this ring. Dean Malenko has yet to be tagged to this match, but there has been several tags back and forth from the team at your right of Dean Malenko, Anvil, Neidhart, and Kidman. Now the winner of this match will go on to Superbrawl and face the winner of the second Raw's War match as he get a huge atomic drop by Mankind and an arm bar. Going to turn that into a stronger arm bar and hit the arm of Anvil, sending him closer to Mankind's team's corner. Now they will face the winner of the match between Christopher Benoit, Justin Gabriel, Bam Bam Bigelow versus Bret Hart, Heath Slater, and Dr. Death Stevie Williams. As we see a huge bulldog from Mankind to Anvil. Head drag from Anvil to Mankind. Headlock. So kick to the gut. And now axe hand to the back. Huge clothesline right to the back of the head. These two men going at it once again. Series of counters now. Looking for advantage between the two of them. Now Anvil's going to wrench that leg back once again. Try and weaken that knee of Mankind. Mankind with a running DDT. Sending Anvil in the middle of the ring. Now Yoshi Tatsu getting into this match for the first time. Yoshi Tatsu is another winner of a 6-man match, introductory match. He won a 6-man battle royal. These are two new wrestlers, both who won their respective matches. And Yoshi Tatsu looking for a big move here. A huge enziguri to the back of the head of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Going for a pin here. Only a 1 count. Anvil able to kick out here after that huge enziguri by Yoshi Tatsu. Yoshi Tatsu getting tossed across the ring by Neidhart. Getting tossed into that very technical corner of Anvil. As you see now, Anvil getting at the back of Yoshi. Yoshi grabbing the head. Able to turn it into a nice takedown, into a huge punch to the face of Anvil. Dean Malenko is yet to get into this match. Anvil might be looking to get a tag into Dean Malenko here. Dean Malenko very excited for his Four Horsemen as they just won a match just a few moments ago against the NWO. As we see a huge chop block by Anvil to Yoshi Tatsu. And a nice kick from the big man. Let's see a headlock from Yoshi Tatsu to Neidhart. Whipping Yoshi Tatsu around with a huge clothesline. And now a kick from the corner of Yoshi Tatsu. Series of punches. And a nice neckbreaker from Yoshi Tatsu to Neidhart. Missing that elbow though. Neidhart's able to get up and counter that aggression a bit and grab the arm of Yoshi Tatsu. Tatsu now with a nice armbar takedown. He's going to try and injure the arms of Anvil here. As you see now, him going for a submission maneuver, that camel clutch. Very basic maneuver, but Anvil able to grab that rope. As we see Anvil now countering that into a giant power driver, sending Yoshi down to the mat. Both of his teammates in the ring here trying to help out Anvil. As Anvil goes for a pin here, only a 1 count. Yoshi able to kick out quite quickly. These two new wrestlers have both hit their finishers against each other. And now Neidhart going to the outside, looking to do a bit more. He's going to prep. Yes, he's clearing off the top of our announce table here. Looking to use that announce table, perhaps, in this 6-man tag matchup. But Kidman sending Yoshi Tatsu back into the middle of the ring. See that elbow to the face. And Anvil taunting Yoshi Tatsu come back into that outside area. Where Kidman can now attack Yoshi Tatsu. Send him into that steel pole. That unforgiving steel. As Yoshi's face just smashes against it. And now sent there by Dean Malenko. It is 3v1 here. As Anvil busts open Yoshi Tatsu's face against that unforgiving steel pole. And now Anvil trying to get back in the ring. Yoshi trying to grab at Anvil before he's able to get in. But Anvil getting in cleanly. And now sending Yoshi back over the top rope to get attacked in this 3v1 situation once again. And now Anvil perhaps trying to grab Yoshi, but Kidman sending him back into the middle of the ring. Seems like Anvil wants to send Yoshi Tatsu through that table, but Kidman wants to make it a more legal match. Yoshi Tatsu now tags in Tajiri, a more fresh man for this matchup. Tajiri grabbing the head of Anvil. Anvil able to tie up Tajiri. That elbow to the arm. Grabbing the head of Tajiri. Tajiri hasn't had a huge amount of momentum so far since he has been tagged in, even though he is a much fresher man than Neidhart. Neidhart and Tatsu were fighting for quite some time. As you see now, Neidhart get picked up by Tajiri, but was able to get countered by that kick. See a headbutt to the arm of Tajiri, trying to weaken the arms, even though the strength of Tajiri is really in his legs. And now Dean Malenko finally getting in this matchup as a legal man for the first time. As you see, a tie-up between Tajiri and Dean Malenko. And now Dean Malenko going to tie up once again. We have a very high flyer, very strike-based fighter in Tajiri versus the very submission and hold-based fighter of Dean Malenko. As we see him being able to get the better of him in those tie-ups, he's now going to send Tajiri around the ring, but Tajiri able to counter with that kick, and a nice jump kick from Tajiri, but Dean Malenko countering back. He is a former lightweight champion. As we see a huge suplex by Tajiri. Now Tajiri tagging in Mankind. Mankind countering with a huge atomic drop. He's going to twist the arm of Malenko, now grabbing at the head of Mankind, sending Malenko away. Malenko tying up now with Mankind once again. Neither man getting the advantage of that tie, but a quick kick from Mankind gets him the small advantage. But Malenko able to counter that into a huge running clothesline, sending Mankind to his back, and going for a huge camel clutch is Dean Malenko. But Malenko getting picked up by Mankind, sent down to that mat. Malenko able to counter that for the huge kick, and a huge drop kick from Malenko to the bigger man. And see a one-legged drag from Malenko to get Mankind a bit closer in the middle of that ring. Malenko wants this match in the middle of the ring where Mankind cannot grab the ropes, where he cannot get out of any submission maneuver that Malenko tries to use on him. He has over 1,000 submission maneuvers in his arsenal. As we see, a few punches to the back from Mankind, and a giant axe handle, and another one, sending Malenko down to the mat. Those series of vicious blows, trying to weaken that back. And now, tagging in Tajiri. Tajiri grabbing at Malenko. Malenko countering the headlock. Armbar. Huge sharp block by Malenko to send Tajiri down to the mat. He's one to try and use tactics to try and win the match, to try and weaken Tajiri's legs for that cloverleaf. And now we see him send him into the enemy corner, going to look for perhaps a tag team maneuver here, but no. Tajiri able to get out of that corner, send Malenko over a bit. Malenko dazed, but a huge kick was missed by Tajiri into a running bulldog by Malenko. Malenko with a huge knee to the face, and another one. Devastating knees. And now with another submission maneuver, a giant armbar, trying to wrench the arm back. But Tajiri able to break out of that somehow. I'm not entirely sure how exactly he got out of that maneuver, but Tajiri sending Malenko over the top rope out to the outside to that announce table that has been cleared by Anvil earlier in the matchup. Anvil picking up Tajiri. Kidman sending him back in the middle of the ring. Mankind trying to get around close to some of these wrestlers. He's going to perhaps grab someone. Yes, he grabs Kidman and sends him into the middle of the ring, even though he is not the legal man. Tajiri now running across the ring looking to do damage, but he actually grabs Malenko to a running hip toss. And with a giant kick from Tajiri. Those vicious strikes from the feet of Tajiri. And now a series of punches from Tajiri to the back of Malenko. That back was weakened by Mankind early in the matchup. And now Tajiri jumping to the outside here. Going to the outside. Down to the mat. Going to bring Malenko out to the outside. But his teammates can actually help him here. As Malenko gets sent over to Mankind. Mankind is a little low on the uptake and actually gets bulldogged by Malenko. Mankind now grabbing at Malenko. He's going to send him into the back of the middle of the ring. As we see Tajiri now on the outside, waiting for Malenko. And now grabbing Malenko and sending him into Mankind once again. Malenko getting attacked, but actually Mankind attacking Kidman. As we see Tajiri and Malenko fighting each other. As we see these 5 men fighting on the outside, it's become complete chaos. As we see a series of elbows to Yoshi Tatsu's face. Dean Malenko, the legal man, getting tied up by the 2 members of Tajiri's team. But Tajiri coming back out, resetting the count here. Dean Malenko focusing on Yoshi Tatsu, but his 2 other guys right next to him are also his enemies. As Mankind sends him into the middle of the ring. Tajiri now on the outside. Both legal men on the outside once again. Mankind sending Malenko into that apron multiple times, trying to send him back into the middle of the ring, but the ref getting in the way. Tajiri taunting Malenko, getting him to come back to the outside once again. Tajiri drawing him over to those steel steps, but Malenko able to grab the head. Mankind interrupting that, and now sending Malenko back into the ring once again. Tajiri looking to get back into the middle of the ring as Malenko tackles Mankind to the outside and goes to follow him. But Tajiri and Malenko, the legal men here. Mankind, even though he has a lot of energy and has been doing a lot of the past few minutes, he is not a legal man in this matchup. Tajiri is. As he's got a springboard dropkick hitting Malenko. I believe he actually got some of the referee there as well into a headlock punch. And a series of punches to the back of Malenko once again. Weakened earlier by Mankind. As we get a submission maneuver. Perhaps, yes, wrenching the back of Malenko quite a bit. And now he's going to drag Malenko into the middle of the ring. Go for a pin here. 1. Only 1 count. Everyone that could get in the ring got in the ring as we see a huge hip toss by Tajiri countering that speed of Malenko. Malenko ducking that kick, but not making any great motions because of it, and sent to the corner here by Tajiri. Tajiri sending him up on the top rope here. And now going for a huge move off the top rope. A huge suplex from the top rope from Tajiri. Sending Malenko right into the middle of the ring, going for a pin now. 1. Only 1 count. Malenko still has a lot of energy left in him. As we see a kick from Malenko to Tajiri. Tajiri getting sent down to the mat by Malenko. Anvil has got to get out of the ring. Ref is giving him a warning here. As you see Malenko running to aid, trying to get a tag in. He tags in Kidman, a very fresh man in this matchup. As you see Tajiri now sending Kidman to the enemy corner. He might be looking for a tag here. And now, yes, tagging in Mankind. He wanted so much to do with this match earlier when he was not a legal man. Now he is a legal man. He's able to do damage in this matchup. As you see a huge elbow to the back of Kidman. And now Kidman countering that pickup by Mankind. Mankind countering into an atomic drop. As you see a tie-up from Mankind. And Kidman tying back up. See Mankind getting sent around the ring to a huge scoop slam by Kidman. Kidman running around this ring, trying to get the speed of this matchup. As he tags in Dean Malenko once again. Now Mankind tagging in Tajiri. These 2 men who fought so long, so hard on the outside earlier are fighting back in the middle of the ring. You see them tie up once again. Malenko getting the upper hand here in the early goings of this matchup once again. These men fought for some time on the outside. Now they're fighting on the middle of the ring, trying to get that submission or pinfall for their team and send them to Superbrawl for a chance at the Fuck the World title. As we see a kick missed by Tajiri. Dean Malenko was able to duck from underneath it. And a series of holds and counters from these 2 wrestlers. And Dean Malenko sent into the enemy corner here. Tagging in Mankind once again here. And has dropped hold to an elbow drop from Mankind to the back of Dean Malenko, going for a pin here. One. Only one count. Dean Malenko will kick out quickly. Anvil looking to get into this matchup quite quickly. You see a huge suplex by Malenko. The ref is telling Anvil he's got to get out of there. He slides out to the outside. You see a huge knee lift from Malenko to Mankind as he drags Mankind to the middle of the ring looking for a pin. Or perhaps the cloverleaf. The submission maneuver as he gets it on Mankind. Those legs, the back of Mankind, as both team members try and stop the enemy from interrupting that submission. Mankind was able to get out of it himself. And now, once again, Anvil has got to get out of that ring. And now Mankind going for a pin. 1, 2, 3. Malenko able to pin Mankind for the win here.